I begged this nurse yesterday. I begged her. I said, please. I said, please, nurse, come. My baby has not understanding. She's not responding. This woman said to me, whether madam, you are disturbing too much. Before they could come, my baby has already gone. This woman told me that I am disturbing too much. No, there's nothing you people will tell me. There's nothing you people will tell me. You can't console me.
I saw my baby dying yesterday, lifeless. I took my baby to the cemetery. I've never been there before in my life. For the first time, I went to the cemetery to go and bury my healthy baby that I brought to this hospital.
We discovered they wrote on my daughter's certificate that my daughter died of heart disease and cardiac arrest. There was no proof that my daughter died of heart disease and cardiac arrest. She sobbed no less than 5 minutes. She died. My baby choked. I was calling the metro, calling the nurse. They didn't respond to me. There was no doctor in the hospital. Not until my daughter gave up.
I met my wife sometime 2018 and we now got married 2019, December 26th. I discovered that she was not feeling very strong. We now rushed her to the lab to do a test. We now discovered that she was pregnant.
It was indeed a very good news to us. We were happy because this is what a lot of people have been praying for, and God blessed us with it at that time. So after some months, I went for scan, and we discovered I was carrying twins. It was again a thing of joy for my family and friends, everybody that knew us. After some couple of months, the children arrived on the 24th of October 2020.
So we now give their names Zoe and Chloe because Zoe is life. We gave Zoe that name because actually we had like a rough time because my wife took in during COVID and she delivered them during NSAS. You understand? So it was a very crazy experience for us.
What with this? See, my wife gave birth to these children through CS. We know what we went through. My wife went through hell and came back. She almost died when she gave birth to these babies.
They were all doing good, like they were health-wise, they were okay and all. The 13th of this month, January 2021, we woke up on that fateful morning and my baby wasn't feeling well and she was crying. My brother's wife came home and she took me to the hospital. We asked of the hospital that we'll take her to because I'm new in Lagos. So somebody recommended Randall Mother and Child Hospital, Baja, in Surulere here. So on getting there, we met with the doctor. So she checked her. She said she's quite okay, but we need to conduct a blood test.
When I now got to the hospital, they gave me another blood sample that I need to go and take another blood test. I did the test and I brought the result back.
The doctor wasn't on seat, she went for break, so we had to wait. When she came back, I told her that the baby has been crying since they took her blood. So she asked me to place her on the table, let her check her. So I placed her on the table. So when she checked her, she discovered that the baby wasn't stable again. Her tears is not normal. The way she was crying was not normal. Then they rushed her to the ER and placed her on oxygen. And they started treatment. They said her oxygen level was low. But later in the evening, they asked me to feed her with cup and spoon, of which I did. I fed her throughout the night. Like she was waking up like in intervals of 3 hours to feed. She was eating well On Thursday evening, I came back home to freshen up. I left my husband in the hospital with my sister. I came back early hours of 3 a.m. My husband came and picked me, so I discovered she wasn't breathing well. So I reached out to the nurse on duty. I told her that my baby wasn't breathing well again. She now checked and she discovered that the water in the oxygen was not enough, so she went and refilled it. She now wrote something for me to go and buy. That was a breastfeeding tube, so that they will use it to extract the mucus in her throat. She used it to extract the mucus from her throat, so she was okay. She even woke up and was up. I was even playing with her. So now the two tests that they conducted. The first test was conducted in the hospital. The other one, we did it outside. That was a long test to check if there was any infection or anything. When the doctor came in the morning, she now told me that with the results they've collected, there is nothing wrong with her. But they are going to allow her to be stable so that they will send us for an echo scan. The senior doctor came. He now asked me, she's stable now for breastfeeding. I should hold my baby and breastfeed her while he watched me, so that he will be sure if she's stable. So I now had my daughter. I breastfed her and she sucked from me. Like, she was very hungry. She sucked from me and she slept off. I lay her back on the bed. So I'm supposed to feed after every 3 hours. So after 3 hours, I reached out. Luckily, the doctor was in. So I now asked him, I reached out to him and asked him if I should breastfeed her again. He said, yes, I should breastfeed her. So I held her and breastfed her. So after breastfeeding her, I noticed she was crying. So my brother's wife was there. So I asked her to help me call the nurse. She went there. The nurse didn't respond. So I went to the nurse again and said, please, madam, my daughter has been crying. She sucked breast. Please, can you come and help me check her? She didn't respond. I ran back to my daughter. By this time, the other nurse that was with her in the ward sent my brother's wife that she should leave the ward, that they don't want more than one person in the ward. So while she was going out, I asked her that please, she should help me check the doctor and ask him to come. She came back and told me that there's no doctor there. So for the third time, I went to this matron again. I said, madam, please, I beg you with God, come and check my daughter. Please, I'm not understanding. My daughter is not more responding. She didn't say anything. I went back to my daughter again because I was there alone. So for the fourth time again, I ran to her. I went and begged her that, madam, please come and help me check my daughter's pulse. Come and check her temperature. Check anything you're supposed to do. I'm not understanding. My daughter is not responding again. Like there is a change in the way she's breathing. I told her. The woman now said, kai, madam, you too they disturb. Haba. Then she now spoke Yoruba with that other woman. And they were complaining. They were there talking.
Madam, you are disturbing. I said, I noticed something was choking my daughter. I said, it's a lie. When the doctor came, it was the same thing I was telling this woman.
You stop crying, stop crying.
The woman sent me away that I'm disturbing them. After 9 months, you suffer, you carry 2 children, you get fed. And this thing happened to you, how will you feel? Let that woman come and give me my baby, oh! Let her come back and give me my baby!
So I had to run back and sit down and watch my daughter, how my daughter was struggling. By this time, when I came back, my daughter wasn't moving again. I even had the oxygen to try and fix it in her nose and see whether maybe the air wasn't enough for her, but she didn't respond or anything. It was after 30 minutes. The doctor came in and he sat down for some time. I was just looking at them. The matron now stood up and went and checked her oxygen. Her oxygen level that was around 44 or what. When she checked, the oxygen level was around 80 something. And her sugar level was normal. Everything was normal all of a sudden. And I said, this thing is not normal. By this time, my daughter has already died. My daughter was already gone. Then they started rushing, pumping things, bringing things to revive her. By this time, she was already gone. They discovered breast milk was coming out of her nose because she choked.
Madam. You didn't even check my baby before you killed my baby. You killed my baby and telling me about baby. I want to die to her.
Bro, you see, I held my baby like this, lifeless. I held my baby like this, lifeless. My baby that I brought, see, this baby only cried at home. We took this baby to this place. We did photo shoot of our babies. It was supposed to be 3 months. Next week, we did a photo shoot. We were supposed to upload this.
One of the nurses now walked up to me and said, "Ah, sir, I saw you. I wanted you to come and sign your daughter's death certificate." It took me time. Inside my heart, I still had it in mind that my daughter is still alive. She's not dead. I now went through it and I saw that they wrote that my baby died of heart disease, constant cardiac arrest till death. This is my baby that they checked in the hospital. They said they didn't find anything. How come?
Like, we're even supposed to go for the echo scan on Monday. That was what they said. I asked them repeatedly, if a baby is having this issue, what's the problem? They said they can't tell unless we bring the echo scan. So I don't know where they got it that my daughter died of heart disease.
I begged this nurse yesterday. I begged them. I said, please. I said, please, nurse, come. My baby has not understanding. She's not responding. This woman said to me, whether madam, you are disturbing too much. Before they could come, my baby has already gone.
Look at this hospital very well. This hospital is a mess. They are just paying the staff for no reason. They are not working. They are not doing anything. They have been taking people's lives. Around the hospital, this place, they have been killing babies.
I really want justice for my baby. That Rando hospital, mother and child Baja, that place is a mess, it's a big mess. I really want the government to go and look into those people because they are not doing their job. They are just paying them money for no reason. Babies are losing their lives in that place.
So that was how I lost my baby.
The government has commensurate with the family. It's so unfortunate that such a thing will happen because the government has placed so much priority on the mother and the child. So we don't expect any child to die in any of our hospitals. So the government commensurate with the family and a committee has been set up to investigate the whole issue. And I believe that the Honorable Commissioner for Health is on top of it, as well as the top management of the State Ministry of Health and Health Service Commission is found wanting in respect of it. The possible punishment will be given. We commensurate with the family. The good luck on it to be with them.